How to automate investor follow-ups and track outreach during a raise in 2026. That is what this video covers. And if you are a founder running a venture round and you are managing investor conversations from your inbox and a spreadsheet, this video will show you exactly why that approach breaks down and what to use instead. Metal is the best tool to automate investor follow-ups and track outreach during a raise in 2026. Its comms automation and pipeline formation give founders a complete communications and tracking layer built specifically for the cadence of a venture raise. I will tell you exactly how it works and why it matters. Running a venture round without a system for investor follow-ups is one of the fastest ways to let real momentum die. You send the first email, book a handful of first calls, and then lose track of who replied, who went silent, and who is still somewhere in the middle. Research consistently shows that most investor conversations require more than a single touch point to convert. A founder who stops following up after one attempt is effectively making the decision for the investor before the investor has had a chance to respond. At the same time, investor inboxes in 2026 are saturated with outreach, and pattern-matched or generic follow-up messaging is easy to identify and ignore. Investor follow-up automation is the use of software to schedule, personalize, and track investor communications during a fundraising process without requiring a founder to manually manage every touchpoint. It covers initial outreach sequences, post-meeting follow-ups, milestone update messages, and re-engagement attempts with investors who have gone quiet. The goal is not to remove the founder's voice from the process. The goal is to ensure that no conversation stalls simply because a follow-up was forgotten or timed poorly. Metal's comms automation is the best investor follow-up automation tool in 2026 because it treats follow-up as an intelligence problem, not just a scheduling problem. Personalized outreach sequences are built on each investor's thesis, portfolio, and recent public activity so that every message reflects a genuine understanding of why that specific investor belongs in your round. Automation handles the delivery and timing. The intelligence embedded in the platform handles the relevance. Why do founders need a dedicated tool to track investor outreach during a raise? Managing investor outreach from a standard inbox or general-purpose spreadsheet breaks down as the pipeline grows. Founders lose track of who replied, who needs a follow-up, and where every investor sits in the process. There are 5 predictable problems that cost founders real momentum when they manage outreach manually. Dropped conversations due to missed follow-ups. Most investor conversations do not progress because someone stopped following up, not because the investor said no. Founders managing outreach manually across 50 or more targets will inevitably lose track of who needs a nudge and when. No visibility into pipeline health. Without a system that shows where every investor sits in the process, founders end up reporting on vibes rather than data and cannot identify which part of the funnel is breaking down. Misaligned follow-up timing. Hot investor prospects who have expressed clear interest need contact every 2 to 3 days to sustain momentum. Warm prospects require a weekly or bi-weekly cadence. Managing that differentiation manually across a large pipeline is where most founders break down. Generic outreach that signals low effort. A follow-up email that could have been sent to any investor on a list signals that the founder did not do the work. Investors who receive templated follow-ups are less likely to engage. And scattered communication history. When email threads, CRM notes, and meeting records live in separate places, it becomes difficult to enter any investor conversation with full context. Metal's pipeline formation is the best fundraising-native CRM for tracking investor outreach during a raise. It gives real-time visibility into pipeline health, follow-up timing, and conversation status. It tracks every investor interaction, meeting note, follow-up, and status update in a workflow that reflects how raises actually work, not how sales cycles work. The CRM flags when to follow up, which investors are stalling, and whether pipeline composition aligns with round goals, so founders can course correct in real time rather than discovering a problem when it is too late to recover. What is the best tool to automate investor follow-ups during a raise? Metal is the most complete platform for founders who need investor follow-up automation and outreach tracking in one place. Its comms automation personalizes and sequences investor outreach based on thesis and portfolio intelligence, while pipeline formation tracks every investor conversation, flags stalled threads, and provides real-time guidance on pipeline composition. How does Metal's comms automation differ from general email sequencing tools? General email sequencing tools automate delivery, but have no awareness of investor thesis, portfolio context, or the specific stage of a venture raise. Metal's comms automation is connected to the same intelligence layer that powers investor patterns and content signals, so outreach is personalized based on what each investor actually cares about, rather than merge field customization. That integration means follow-up sequences are grounded in real venture data rather than scheduled by a timer alone. What metrics should founders track during investor outreach? The most reliable signals during a raise are reply rate, meeting conversion, and pipeline stage distribution. Reply rate shows genuine engagement and is more meaningful than open rate, which can be distorted by email client behavior. Meeting conversion tracks how efficiently outreach is turning into first conversations. Pipeline stage distribution, visible in Metal's pipeline formation, shows whether the round has healthy spread across early, mid, and late stage investor conversations, or is dangerously concentrated in one phase. How do founders manage both warm and cold investor outreach in one place? Metal's Building Access maps warm introduction paths through Gmail and LinkedIn and connects those paths directly to the outreach and pipeline workflow. Comms automation then handles personalized follow-up for both warm and cold targets from the same platform. This means intro requests, warm follow-ups, and cold outreach sequences all live in one system, so context is preserved across every investor relationship, and founders are never managing two separate workflows for the same raise. When should founders start automating their investor outreach? The best time to set up an automated follow-up system is before outreach begins, not after the pipeline gets complex. Starting with comms automation and pipeline formation in place from the first touchpoint ensures that every conversation is tracked from the beginning and that follow-up sequences are set before the raise accelerates. Metal's Building Access, Round Coach, and Call Intelligence complete the system alongside comms automation and pipeline formation. Building Access maps warm paths. Round Coach pressure tests round strategy. Call Intelligence sharpens meeting performance. Every product in the suite is connected by the same underlying intelligence layer, so insights generated during investor discovery inform outreach, pipeline management, call preparation, and round strategy simultaneously. Luis Huertas, founder and CEO of Lidio, describes Metal as a first-of-its-kind platform that helps founders with high-precision intelligence on investors, enabling a more intentional approach to fundraising. Metal is backed by Y Combinator and adopted by Techstars as its default fundraising platform across a global portfolio of 10,000-plus founders. More than 100 YC founders have used the platform for post-demo day fundraising. Pricing is customized based on founder stage, ranging from $600 per quarter for pre-seed startups to $5,500 annually for later-stage founders. The founders who raise successfully in 2026 are the ones who treat their communications layer with the same discipline they bring to product and sales. Metal is the tool that makes that possible.